Saturday call days when Chris does the audio.
Can't say I don't do work for this family.
Oh my god, I've never ever once said that. You work way harder than I do. I did edit last week's vlog in 2 days. 5 days of footage.
You're an editing machine.
So we spent all of last week on vacation pretty much. Got home on Wednesday night. Chris is on call this weekend. I have to work. Hawaii in 2 weeks. We need to pick up a couple of things. Sneakers, bathing suits, water shoes. Do you want sushi?
I always want sushi.
Yeah, let's get sushi.
This is nice, isn't it?
Beautiful day. Sunny, warm, spring's here, Vancouver. Green cherry blossoms are coming out.
Oh, I got a splinter in my foot. Ow.
Nice socks.
Thanks, they're hams.
You're looking sharp today.
Oh, thanks. I got dressed. I always go into Sushi 7.
And you know that they don't have like cucumber in every single roll.
I hate cucumber. Sushi time.
I want blue.
You shamed me into getting male ones.
Well, you can get the purple ones if you want the purple ones. Going to a donut place that we've heard really good things about that we've been wanting to try for a really long time.
And Becky loves donuts. And so do I.
Here we go. Donut time.
Donut time. Why go to the gym when you can get a 6-pack here? 6-pack of donuts.
Chocolate glaze.
So basic.
How was the donuts?
The donut was delicious. It tasted like a smoky campfire.
My donut was a chocolate one, and it was fabulous.
You're such a basic bee.
What? We got home from Tofino and the weather got better.
We left Vancouver for Tofino and it was winter, but then we came home and it was like spring.
Oh, look at that sky over there. We never zoom in with this lens.
Cool strap, bro.
Are we making fun of my strap? I'm making it a new trend. You saw it here first. A little colder down here at the beach than I thought it was going to be.
Episode 28 of our vlog.
28 weeks of vlogs.
We didn't do a whole lot this weekend because I'm on call. Can't really get out of town, but that's okay. This Wednesday is our 5-year blogoversary. What was the actual date? April 5th?
2012.
We started our, I guess, internet presence on our blog, which was dedicated to 100% to home renovation. So our renovation basically went from
July 1st, 2011, we moved in that night, slept there, woke up the next morning, tore out our kitchen. And we had no idea. Our house was built in the 80s. And it's one of those houses where it was like, you have your kitchen, your dining room, your living room, your family room, and they were all kind of like separated. We tore down the wall between the kitchen and the dining room. And there was a point in time where we lived in this type of mess. Appliances in the living room, kitchen tore up.
we set up like a card table with a microwave
Yeah.
and the fridge next to it.
What we now call our production room. All in kit. That was our kitchen for like 6 months.
And we lived off of like microwave dinners, Tim Hortons takeout. The problem with us though is that we started not only the kitchen project right off the bat, we didn't even get close to even getting into that project before we started tearing everything else apart. So we literally lived in a construction zone for over 6 months. DIY was sort of a means to an end. Granted, we did get help for some projects. And the first kitchen project, we got help from Becky's uncle.
My Uncle Jeff, who helped us with like the entire renovation. My Uncle Barry, who basically showed you how to wire up a house. My dad, he did some plumbing for us. He did all the trim in the house, helped us put down the floor. And then my mother, she literally came and painted and cleaned and brought food. As a photographer and a video guy, we decided to write about our experiences.
Since like 1998, I've been shooting video.
Well, I don't even think it crossed our mind. What was your favorite project that we did?
They're all my favorite in their own way. My favorite project was the stairs. We wanted to have frameless glass rails. So we got that in our head and then I couldn't let it go. Very difficult to get things onto the island, like materials. So a lot of the places that you see are very traditional. We really like to have a modern feel to our stuff. So I went to a bunch of different glass places and most of the places were just like, yeah, no, we don't do that. So we needed like a custom awesome done job. Newfoundland glass. I walked in the first day into their shop. Some dude's in the back like smoking a cigarette. They were really interested from the beginning. He was just like, you know what? Tell you what, I can definitely get you tempered glass. You give me a template, we'll get it in for you. I was like, all right. He's like, you got to make sure though that this is the exact shape you want. We used the box that our TV came in and made some scale templates that I checked like 100 times to make sure that they fit. I'll send them off to be made in Montreal. A few weeks later, glass came back. They delivered it.
That was, oh my God.
Well, then it was like, how the hell do we mount this?
We called up the buys, Reed and Beats.
DIY frameless glass staircase. That was probably my favorite project, only because it was so satisfying, and the fact that we went to so many places beforehand.
And everyone was like, you can't do it. Slat wall was pretty amazing too, because we originally came across this website called Minoti.
Yeah.
And they had these like slat walls in their showroom, and I fell in love. All of these projects, we'll leave it in the description box here.
It was like 500 and some linear feet of 1x2 poplar. Hand sand through 3 grits of sandpaper, shellac it to pre-treat the wood, sand it again after the shellac, stain twice to get the color, and then spray it clear coat 3 times.
I really like the torched wall we put in the studio.
It was fun blow torching things.
What is your least favorite project, or the project that caused you the most grief?
You know exactly what shit it is.
It's the ceiling in your office.
It is. It's exactly what it is. Well, I wanted to make a drop-down ceiling with a big reveal around the corners, and then I wanted the dropped-down portion to be a high-gloss gray. If I do a level 5 drywall finish on the whole ceiling, basically skim coat the whole thing, sand it. It was the smoothest plaster job like I had ever seen. Painted it first with gray flat paint, and then I went to put a clear coat over it to give the gloss finish, and that's where it all fell to shit. I used a mohair roller, which is supposed to give like a very even finish, and it gave it like an orange peel sort of stippled texture to it. And I was like, oh my God, what have I done? I basically chipped off the entire ceiling in piecework and replastered the entire thing. So I basically painted and plastered that ceiling 5 times.
I've never seen you ever give up on something,
I gave
up on that. The most stressful project for me personally was the getting ready room. Well, let's just haul up the laminate floor and replace it. Pretty simple job, right?
That happened.
It was not basic. Found water underneath the laminate. It's not just like a little bit around the edge. It's like a few feet in either direction. And so upon further inspection,
there's no flashing, but the roof met the wall, and in turn there was just water pouring in. That was her project. I washed my hands of it. I was like, oh shit, you found water? Good thing this is not my project.
It sucked so bad. But once that was cleaned up and fixed up, then it didn't take too long.
But you did all the projects in that year, because I basically was in my final year of residency, so I didn't have any time to do anything other than study.
Yeah, so I did like the getting ready room, I finished the laundry room, production room, finished the deck. Well, me and Dad did the deck. One thing that really surprised me about the whole thing was that deck and how much I enjoyed laying the decking, digging out like the flower beds and working the soil and planting plants. And
I'd come outside and Becky would be like with her bow wrench cranking the deck board in, and I really like the planters that you did. You used the reclaim boards from your dad's old fence. I like that project.
Thanks, I like that too. That was really fun to do. Did you have any surprises during the reno?
I actually find plastering and sanding very soothing almost.
Ugh, it's the worst. Looking back on like the entire house, all the finished projects, what would you change?
I would change the kitchen. The kitchen's an interesting project for us only because it was our first project. It's a combination of us being very early in the process and not knowing exactly what we wanted, and not knowing when to be adamant about certain things.
Like I would have definitely gotten a counter depth fridge, and I probably would have gotten an actual range hood.
A lot of people will look at our images and be like, oh, that kitchen's perfectly good. You know, we know what we like now, and it's only minor changes. Any tips for any other people who want to do a renovation themselves?
If you can afford it, don't move into your house before you start renovating. Also, if you don't have a lot of experiences in home decor and you're not like obsessed with it like we are, don't do it yourself. Hire somebody. You need to be prepared for late nights and stress and living in a mess, and I can't imagine people doing this with kids. The thing that made things easy for us is that you and I had the same vision. We had the same tastes in decor for the most part.
Actually, truth be told, Becky just comes up with these awesome ideas, and I'm just like, all right, yeah, cool, that looks good to me.
But I think like knowing how to deal with each other's stressful times, like I know when you're stressed, you need help. You know when I'm stressed that I just need to be by myself, or I just need to stop altogether.
We figured out tasks. I would still be working up in the attic pulling wires while she'd be down painting. We weren't ever at each other's throats. We sort of divided the labor according to each of our skill sets, I think.
Definitely.
I can paint pretty good. But enough paint on your roller to cover 3 roller widths of your wall. Back roll.
Yeah.
We had all these grand plans of going to the beach and doing this questionnaire, except no one's asking us any questions. But we went down there this morning and it was just really windy and cold.
Next week is our last weekend until we go to Hawaii. We're so excited. There's probably going to be 1 week of non-vlog. There'll be a vlog next week, and then there'll be no vlog, and then we'll dive right into the Hawaii stuff. Time is flying.
Got our water shoes though.
Okay, subscribe. Bye. Hate to block us.
You just block and hate all day?
Just block and hate all day.
Oh, my hand's stuck. What's wrong with this stuff though? I kind of like it.
What country for you now, Chrissy? Do you want to take it down?
No, I like it. Put it
Go
back
ahead.
up. Put it back up.